Good morning. Today we are going to see section 113. Okay, that is defining the terrorist act and telling about the punishment. But before seeing the section, we have to first consider that terrorist or terrorism and the other offenses are different. In other offenses, the offender is having some kind of intention, some objective against the victim, means the person against whom the offense is being committed. He is having some intention, some objective, with some knowledge he is doing that act towards the concerned victim only. The relationship is between the victim and the offender. But in the terrorist act, the relationship is not between the concerned victims and the terrorist, but the relation is like the terrorist and the country. The objective is to create terror in the mind of the people. The persons who are living a very peaceful life, they will fear to come out of their house because anything can happen at any time. Okay. Now the main objective of the terrorist is affecting the sovereignty, integrity of the country. Means the objective is security of the country. So the people who are living in that country, they will fear. They will always remain in a terror. For that objective, terrorist activity is being committed. Okay. Now we will see the section. Section 111 is having 7 subsections. Okay. Now subsection 1 is telling about the definition of terrorist act. Whoever does any act with an intent to threaten or likely to threaten the unity, integrity, sovereignty, security or economic security of India, or with an intent to strike terror or likely to strike terror in the people or any section of the people in India or in any foreign country. This is the main thing here. Means here the person is doing an act with an intent to threaten the integrity, either to intend to threaten or likely to threaten the integrity, sovereignty, security or economic security of India, or with an intent to strike terror or likely to strike terror in the people or any section of the people in India or in any foreign country. And what he is using bombs, dynamite or other explosive substance or any inflammable substance or firearms or lethal weapons or poisonous or noxious gases or other chemicals. Means something which is of an hazardous nature that is being used by that person. And because of that, what has happened and what is likely to cause death or injury to persons, loss or damage or destruction of the property, disruption of any supply or services which are very much essential for life of the community or in any foreign country, or damage to the monetary stability of India by way of production or smuggling of circulation of counterfeit Indian paper currency or a coin or any other material, or damage or destruction of any property of India or in a foreign country used or which is being intended to use for the defense of India or in connection with or for any purpose of the government of India or state government or any other agency, or what he wants to do, over abuse by means of criminal force or to show criminal force or attempt to show criminal force by causing any death of any public functionary or attempts to cause the death of any public functionary. Public functionary means the public officers or any authority, constitutional authority, or which has been declared by the government as public functionary. Okay. Or he detains or kidnaps or abducts any person or threatens to kill or injure any person with an objective to compel the government or state government, either central government or state government, to do certain things. What certain things? Means he wants to compel the government to do something or not to do something, then that will be called as a terrorist act. Such a definition is there which is mentioned in subsection 1. We'll revise again. Subsection 1 is telling that whoever does any act with an intent or with an intention to threaten or likely to threaten integrity, sovereignty, security and all, and by using what? Bomb and dynamite or some hazardous substance he is using with an objective that is caused or likely to cause loss or damage to property is caused, damage to monetary stability of the country is caused, India is caused, or he is going to damage or destroy the property of India either in India or in some foreign country, or which is going to be used for the defense purposes, or he wants to overview by means of criminal force any public functionary, or he detains or kidnaps or abducts or threatens to kill that kidnapped person, and for that what he is doing, he is compelling the government or any international or intergovernmental organization or any other person to do something or abstain from doing something. That is called as a terrorist act. Okay. Now, if this terrorist act is being committed, the punishment is mentioned in subsection 2. Whoever commits a terrorist act, if such offence has resulted in death, then the punishment is death or life imprisonment and fine. And if in any other case, means how they have divided, like if death is caused and if death is not caused. If death is caused, punishment is death or life imprisonment and fine. In any other case, the punishment is minimum 5 years, but which may extend to life imprisonment and also fine. This is subsection 2. Means subsection 1 is defining terrorist act. Subsection 2 is telling about the punishment for terrorist act. Okay. Now what subsection 3 is telling? Whoever conspires or attempts to commit the terrorist act, either directly or indirectly, he is facilitating also for doing the terrorist act. Means subsection 3 is telling about conspiring or attempt to commit the terrorist act. Then the punishment is minimum 5 years, but which may extend to life imprisonment and fine. Subsection 4 is telling whoever organizes or causes, they teach, isn't it? They organize a camp or camps for imparting training in terrorist act or recruiting the persons to make them terrorists. Now then the punishment is minimum 5 years imprisonment, but which may extend to life imprisonment and also fine. That is subsection 4. Subsection 5 is telling any person who is a member of the organization which is involved in the terrorist act, means just being a member of the terrorist act, who is involved, he is a member of that organization. Being a member of that organization is punishable under subsection 5, and the punishment is life imprisonment and fine. Okay. Now subsection 6 is telling that whoever voluntarily harbors or conceals a person who attempts to harbor also or conceals any person knowing that this person has committed the terrorist act, the harborer will be liable for punishment, and the punishment is imprisonment minimum 3 years, which may extend to life imprisonment and fine. So whenever the question of harboring comes, here this subsection will not apply in a case of spouse. Means the husband, the wife is a terrorist and the husband is allowing her to remain in his house, or if the husband is terrorist and the wife is allowing him to stay in his house, that will not be called as harboring or concealing the person. Okay. Now subsection 7, whoever knowingly possesses any property derived or obtained from commission of any terrorist act or acquired through the commission of a terrorist act, he is having that knowledge that this property has been derived from terrorist act, then he will be liable for punishment, and the punishment is life imprisonment and fine. Okay. We'll see subsection 1 defining the terrorist act, subsection 2 telling about the punishment for terrorism, subsection 3 telling about whoever conspires or attempts the terrorist act, subsection 4 is telling about whoever organizes or causes to organize any camp or camps or recruits the terrorist, trains the persons to be a terrorist, then subsection 4 will apply. 5 is telling that being a member of an organized group which is planning for a terrorist act, means that organization is a terrorist organization, he is a member of that, then subsection 5 will apply. 6 is telling about whoever voluntarily harbors or conceals or attempts to harbor or conceals the terrorist, then he will be liable under subsection 6. Provided that this subsection shall not apply to any case in which the harbor or concealment is being done by the spouse of the offender. And subsection 7, that is the last subsection, that tells us that whoever with the knowledge he possesses any property which is being derived or obtained from terrorist act. Okay, now this is subsection 7. Here we complete the definition and the punishment which has been mentioned in Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita for terrorism. Previously this section was not there in IPC. Now we have included it in Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Okay, bye bye. See you in the next video.